While I'm thinking of it, it was a cold start today. Motor hasn't ran in a week, 2 weeks. This is a 50 horse Yamaha. It has 4 carburetors. And unlike a Johnson that I used to have on my other boat, it has no choke. And I had a lot of trouble starting this, and the guy I bought it from told me right off the bat that no matter how warm it is out, it didn't want to run when it was, until it had ran for a while. Once you got it started, you were fine all day. Well, I looked at it over and over again, thinking there had to be a choke on it, but there wasn't. But there is an air pump on it, and it works like a primer. I'm going to go back around here to the controls. As you can see on this control, some kind of Yamaha. I'm guessing it's made for several different outboard motors. While I'm waiting, I'm going to talk to you about that motor. Again, we're back to the Yamaha 50 4-stroke. Actually, it's a F50 TLRC. That's what the motor is. Okay, now I think I was talking about it. I found that while I was trying to figure out a way to put a primer on it, I realized that it had a primer on it, much like lawnmowers do. But the only way you can activate it, I tried this. I thought this would activate it, pushing it in, but nothing happens. Then when I really looked at the carburetor and the setup and seen that it had an air pump on it, and I was going to buy a new air pump, I realized it was $150. It's like an accelerator pump type thing. But the only way you actuate it is to take it off the neutral, in other words the idle, and drive it forward. And as you drive it forward, it gives it one shot of air. Like 1, that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is kind of like a primer. I had no idea that's the way it was. And since I found that, I can start it when it's really cold. I do have to prime it a lot when it's cold like this, maybe 6-7 times, you know. But what I normally do is I crank it over. Well, first I pump up the ball, of course. Everybody does that. Get it nice and tight. Make sure there's gas to the carburetor, to the fuel pump. And then I crank it over. You crank it over a few times. Well, now it's going to start because it's warm. And then if it doesn't start, then I'll drive it forward about 3 times, 3 or 4, and then try it one more time. And usually, unless it's really cold like it is today, it'll start right up and keep running. That's the beauty of it. So just keep that in mind, that it does have a primer. But the only way you can activate it is to drive that accelerator. Drive that. Oh, open up the carburetor all the way. Now linkage, that's what drives the air pump.